Hello, hello. This is part 2 in my series, What is True Love? So, let sex therapist Nicola Redwood Forrest explain what that is. Joking. This has nothing to do with sex. It is way more boring than anybody can possibly imagine, and it doesn't even have anything to do with dating. But the question is still valid. Can it have something to do with dating? And the answer is yes, it could, if you really truly love that other person, just like you love your animal, horse, giraffe, or dog, or child, or father, mother, uncle, whoever. It is the love for the other living being. So if that is there in a relationship, yes, then it consists of true love. But relationship between two romantic lovers, whether it is two women, two men, or man and woman, doesn't really matter. It doesn't have anything to do with true love by itself. But it could have something to do with true love. And I think a lot of people have something that is somewhat true love, towards that. It's an effort they make towards that. And I believe that even some psychopath may be able to go in that direction. It's like what that one psychopath guy said. He made that documentary film. Someone else made the documentary film called I, Psychopath. They made it together. So the psychopath guy said, when the filmmaker asked him, so do you think you love your wife? He said, I want to be honest, and I don't want to say it is what you regard as true love. Maybe not 100%, but at least he's making an effort to move in that direction, and I believed him because I could see it in the documentary film that he really truly appreciates her and cares about her and wants her to be happy. So that is true love. If you care about your spouse and want her or him to be happy, then that is true love, of course. What people do when they go to Las Vegas, they think they're looking for true love. They call it that, but what they're looking for is they want a hot date. They want this, they have this idea, they're going to Vegas and they're going to be seen as the mystery man, and then all the chicks go, oh, who is that guy? And they are all interested and he doesn't want, he weighs 400 pounds, but he doesn't want a 200-pound woman. He wants a 100-pound woman. Okay. So right there, we're not talking true love. Okay. If he wanted true love, he would not cling on that idea for also. So when he goes to Vegas, he shouldn't cling on something like this, and he should just go with the flow. And if he meets someone who is not exactly his type, or what he thinks is his type, because he's been watching too many B movies who told him basically what his type is, which is the average Republican woman, 25 to 30 years old, long, chest long, hair straightener straightened, bleach blonde, split hair, pimples that are covered up with tons of makeup, produced by suffering rabbits, mascara from cruelty, pain causing cosmetics from horrific laboratories. I don't want to get in trouble, that's why I'm not going to name any names. But PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, they have on their website the list for everybody to see of good companies, and they have the list of bad companies. So anyone who cares, go to PETA, check out the list of good cosmetic companies versus bad cosmetic companies. They also have the list of good dog food and cat food versus the list of bad dog and cat food. So, and many other consumer rating things. Very good. It's very important to check that out. Anyway, true love is not going to Vegas and wanting this Republican, I want to date a millionaire woman with the average IQ of 70. That's not true love. True love is if you weigh 400 pounds and you don't buy a cheap suit that makes you look like some weird insurance trader who goes from door to door. Just put on your average clothes, take your best friends, go to Vegas, put 50 cents in the slot machine, say I'm done now with the gambling, and then you move on to the fun stuff. You go get a vegan ice cream from a vendor somewhere in Caesar's Palace that is made by Wolfgang Puck, and that is made out of a melange of coconuts, soy, multiple grains, and that all slashed together with some agave nectar, little bit Himalayan pink salt, into a fantastic ice cream, soft ice cream that comes out like this, curled onto a cone, and then dipped in a delicious raspberry carob dip with a few sunflower seeds on top. Okay. Now we're talking healthy food, delicious and gourmet. Now this is the fun part of Vegas. Okay. That's what you come to Vegas for, not for the Republican D movie with dead hair. No. You come there, you want to have some fun, you go to the Wynn Hotel. He's the winner, okay, because he is helping PETA now, and he's an awesome guy, and he deserves money, and he deserves the artwork, and he deserves a young, beautiful, caring wife. And you go there and you check out his artwork, the amazing paintings that he has, a huge collection. That's worth it. That's culture, baby. Culture. Okay. So I'm infinitely grateful for Steve Wynn. He's an awesome guy. He brings culture to Vegas, brings culture to people. He brings art to people who have never seen art in their whole lives before. So it's very, very incredibly important. Don't underestimate the power of art. Art must rule the world. Art rules with a Z. Art is our dictator. nothing else. No person can ever be a dictator. It's art. Okay? It's Picasso's art. Not Picasso, but his art itself is the dictator. That's why I like that. What Jean made in her video. I really love that video. Driving down the road, on the right side is this crossing sign with the pictogram of a person, you know, the simplistic figure outlining of a person on that sign, and she made that figure run over across the street, and it's put into the video so subtly, so like someone will almost miss this, you know, as they're watching. And that's true art. That's real art. Real big compliments to Eugene. You know. Great. You're an awesome artist. Wonderful. Keep doing this. Keep making these videos, because that's art, and that's being in the flow, and that's teaching people that there's more than just the utilitarian life, you know, work, being woken up by an alarm clock and eating shitty food and the rest of it. So you're teaching people that there's more to life than their average daily routines. So there's all of a sudden there's that figure running across the road that scrambles up people's neuronal connections. So in Vegas, Steve Wynn has done that with his art collection. And now he's taken it a step further. He has incorporated vegan food into his restaurants, and he's selling vegan food in I don't know if in all restaurants, but there's this one restaurant that's all vegan, 100% vegan, and you can go there and you can lose weight. The guy that weighs 400 pounds, I don't know, he may have lost more by now. But he can go there, and instead of thinking about this Republican chick with the dead hair, he can go there and continue losing weight and feeling good, feeling stronger every day. And he can enjoy a gourmet vegan food buffet, all you can eat. He can go see the Picasso and all the other amazing artists in Steve Wynn's museum. I think it's in the Bellagio Hotel. Those are all owned by Steve Wynn. All of these, many of those hotels. I think 3 or 4 or 5 hotels he has there. And yeah, so what else do? You do culture. Yeah, instead of going to the red light circle, because you're not going to find your true love in the red light circle. You're going to find some destitute women who are probably on drugs, who are disease ridden, who will get you AIDS and worse things, and they're just going to use you, and because they're probably tweakers and so on. This is not what you're looking for, honey, you know. Go out there, enjoy your life, do what you like to do what's good for you, you know, have some fun, and don't cling to that outcome. You know, that's the law of attraction tells us that we need to not cling to an outcome, that we should just be relaxed and enjoy our lives and become more conscious of the choices we make. And as you become more conscious of your choices, you will come in contact with better and better people who also make conscious choices, and then you will eventually run into a real cute, sexy, hot girl that you really are attracted to, not what Hollywood told you to be attracted to. So you find someone who you find attractive, and maybe it's a 200-pound girl. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. You can go vegan together, okay? You can become hot together. You don't need to become skinny either. Who says that we have to all look like Brad Pitt? You know, Hollywood is saying that, or what's that? McConaughey. Oh gosh. Yeah. I say that because it's not because I'm like I like him. No. It's no. I find that guy really I never found him attractive. You know, he's attractive to some women, certainly not to me. And then I find out, I already talked about it, he has canned hunting. I don't know if he's still doing it. He probably got real bad shit for that from other people. Thumbs up for everyone who gave him shit for that. So anyway, we have to train each other. We have to educate each other. Otherwise, this is not going to go anywhere. If we never say anything, you know, I'd rather be called opinionated, and I say, yes, baby, I am opinionated to the core of my bones, okay? Because that's what gets you moving forward. That's what moves humanity forward. That's what creates a better place here. That's what moves us towards light, love, and paradise here on earth while we're alive. Okay? And we can do it, and that's why I make the videos. So the guy the 400-pound guy with the big legs, I like that when men have big legs. I happen to like that. So he didn't like me, and that pissed me off, but I don't even know if he saw my video. He probably gets bombarded with people's comments, and he probably didn't even see it. But anyway, I would go for him, and I would have to teach him a whole lot of things to make the educational side better, and the cultural and all of this. But because he has spent his life so far watching B-movies, so I'm not going to hear too much coming from him that's interesting. But I have a lot to teach to him. But of course he doesn't go for me, because he sees the Hollywood chick who weighs 100 pounds and who has bleach blonde hair and who is decorated and all of this, you know, with a whole lot of klunker stuff and makeup, and spends, like I already said, a substantial amount of her life in front of the mirror and in the bathroom. And we need to move away from this negativity and towards positivity. We need to move towards acceptance and love and kindness and gentleness and connectivity and communication. My brother called me anti-communicative. He said that everything I do, my art, the way I dress, my hair cut, everything, the way I talk, move, behave, everything is like I'm running a train of anti-communication. That may be true, but now I'm not 100% saying that he is incorrect. It is, and it's also subconsciously, and it's also consciously. It's a mixture of all, and it is a bit of standishness. It's a bit of an anger issue, a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. It's a bit of a nope to society, but it is also out of the wish to educate and to say, look, we have other choices too. Hollywood is not our God. Hollywood is not what tells you who you are. You know, David Hasselhoff, baby, is not who tells you whether you are hot or not. I want to make this very crystal clear right now. You are hot when you feel hot, and you can feel hot no matter how you look. Okay. This needs to become very, very clear to every one of us. Okay. You need to love yourself. And that's very easy to say and very hard to do. But that's why I make the videos, because I want to move us towards self-empowerment and away from this cookie cutter prescribed beauty ideal that is sold to us and that enslaves humanity to the core. It makes total consumer slaves out of people, and that's what it is meant for also, because a lot of producers are all, of course, right smack in the middle of this matrix of consumerism, but they're also probably getting paid to have Richard Berman et al. Give a little bit tweaking for the plot and the choice of actors and clothes and products that are, or pseudo products that resemble certain products that exist, and so on. So they get away with basically everything, these people, when they make movies. And it's geared towards consumerism. It's geared towards making those people who own cosmetic, fashion, etc. Many corporations, including cosmetic surgeons, the tobacco industry, alcohol industry, coffee industry, and so on. They have so much power. They have so much money and leverage. They buy psychologists, market psychologists, who will then tweak movies and commercials. They have sub-commercials and sub-commercials in commercials and under commercials and subliminal commercials, everything woven and woven and woven into one another in a huge conglomeration of commercializations. And people need to become aware of this and break out and have the courage to say, I'm going to be dork. I'm going to dork my way out of this whole shithole of commercialization Hollywood. And then we're on track. Okay, so the 400-pound guy in Vegas with his friends, making fun movies that draw people in because they're bored like everybody else, and so they're meeting people where they are. So in that way, I agree with my brother. If you want to communicate, it's good to meet people where they are. But that doesn't mean I have to look like that Barbie doll, and in order to meet people where they are. No, I'm not going to betray myself. I'm an artist. I would never make myself look like a Barbie doll. It's just not, it just feels wrong. It feels like a betrayal. I want to be happy with who I am without plastic surgery. I don't want to have this big bloated up Botox mouth and the nose cut to where it looks like it had been burned. And then face lifted where your face looks like it's completely dead, in order to make it look more alive. That's what Adyashanti was saying so incredibly precisely in one of his presentation. So it is incredibly idiotic what people do to themselves in order to fit in and in order to be wanted and liked. I am me, and I'm gonna make my videos. Even if I make the videos now for the next 35 years the same way, and I'm not gonna compromise it in any way. And if nobody looks at it, it's okay. Because I see maybe in 200 years they will be seen. So, and maybe then people will understand it. But I'm not the kind of person who will do compromises in order to meet people where they are. I'm not. My mother is that person. I am not. Or my brother too. My brother likes to be in that society of people who look a little bit like a mafia hitman when they go into a bar. So that is just not my style. It's not my. I find terrible fault with that. And then this combination: cigarette smoke and some. It doesn't have to be a cheap perfume. It can be an expensive perfume by Christian Dior. If that is it, but like an icy cold smell that doesn't occur in nature. And that mixed in with cigarette smoke I find so obnoxiously disgusting. I can't even put it into words. It's like that's the antidote to anything that is healthy and good for you and cultural and progressive. It is regressive. It's like that's the kind of smell that people would put on, like those the ones who are executing witches. They would, if they were be catapulted into today's world, all of a sudden that's the kind of stuff they would fall for, hook, line and sinker right away. So but that's why I'm saying we need to get away from the regressive stuff and move towards progression. So the 400-pound guy, when he goes to Vegas and when he thinks he's looking for true love, he's just looking for a cheap encounter with someone or something. But it's not going to be cheap. He's going to pay, I don't know what they pay, $200 or $300 for one night. True love, baby. Yes. Okay. And that's what they always say when they talk about Vegas entertainment and Valentine and all of this. It has nothing to do with love. It has to do with cheap encounters that are void of nature and void of culture and void of art. So go to that art museum of Steve Wynn and soak it up 100%. Stand there in front of those paintings and let that sink into you. And after that afternoon, when you're back in the hotel in your jacuzzi, let these images go through you and let them resonate with you. And then you are connected in that moment. Then you're connected to the infinite universe. And then you will see the difference. Then it will become clear to you what I'm talking about. Then you will see the contrast between the true art, the true love, the true flow of life, and that cheap hooker sex that you were thinking was going to be the highlight of that trip. Okay, so let that sink in. I'm going to close it up for now. Bliss out, peace out, and take care of yourself.